Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading.solutions.com on a Tuesday, 24 September. Just a lot of lackluster trading in the indexes. Let's get right into the charts again. Subscribe to the newsletter. I wrote about silver this weekend. That was really the standout today. Let's get right into the charts and go through, just real quick on the averages. Really just been chopping around. You can see it's just been a mess in here with regards to the S&P. We had a little bit of a pop this, we had like a little bit of a sell-off, and then Nvidia took off. But overall, you can see just a mess regarding any kind of short-term trading. Hopefully, everybody's avoiding all this chop. What's going to get us out of here? Who knows? Probably Nvidia breaking above 120 or some of these mega caps moving. But clearly, we've been just going sideways as well with the S&P. Maybe we're due for a break, another higher high. But for now, it's really all the levels really to look at are still on the NASDAQ, and even the NASDAQ can't get going. You can see. Just similarly, we do still have these levels up top here in the NASDAQ futures, which we haven't even been able to touch, incidentally. So it's just been just a grindy, messy, just avoiding, anybody trying to day trade this is I would imagine anybody tells you that they're making a ton of money on this is, it's just ridiculous. So anyways, we'll see what causes this to finally break out of this consolidation big mess. Again, it's probably going to be one of the mega caps, particularly Nvidia breaking out to the upside. I think that's maybe that happens tomorrow. On the other indexes, really not similarly, the Dow, Russell also just chopping around with some levels below. Bitcoin also kind of in the same pattern. So nothing really, the VIX just about ready to break 15. I think that may be the bullish sign if we get past 15 on the VIX. Rates have been climbing, and just also not a lot going on there. The dollar did weaken again today. Finally, looks like it's going to break down to 100. We got the Swiss bank coming out on Thursday. China, big stimulus overnight that could be impacting the dollar. But more importantly, the Chinese news impacted copper big time. You can see that was really the biggest, all the metals, but in particular copper, because copper is a big Chinese play. So that was the big move coming out of the Chinese stimulus package that they come out, bringing out the bazookas for that. And then also silver, all the metals really, gold making a new high, and then silver, which looks poised to break out. We're right up against the adjusted chart. We're right up against the breakout at 30, let's call it 33 for all intent and purposes. All the underlying stocks also obviously had some really nice moves, Southern Copper and so on and so forth. And also, platinum as well had a nice move. So all across the metals complex, we had some really nice moves. Oil, interestingly, with the news that maybe U.S. troops going to hit the Middle East, did not have a significant rally, which is really interesting. We got some levels up top in oil, and then nat gas, which is also something I wrote about over the weekend. Looks like it wants to break. It's got to break 3. You can see it's kind of hitting this this kind of mean reversion area around 286. It's pulling back. We'll see if this is actually a meaningful break. I think ultimately it's got to get above 3 to get it moving up to 3.5. But obviously a very significant move from Friday, and if it pauses and the pullback is shallow, that would actually confirm that this is a very strong move. But if it actually falls all the way back down somewhere below 250, then all bets are off on this. And then again, just been talking about the grain market similarly. We had some really nice potential breakout moves in soybeans, wheat, not so much, but wheat looks like it's also poised maybe for a breakout in corn. So watch the grain complex for some breakouts. And then on the stock side, again, I would say the stock to watch are NVIDIA, which had a nice pop, and you could really match the move we had this morning in NVIDIA to the little pop we had in the S&P. You can literally see exactly when NVIDIA had this move here. You can see that move was reflected in the short term in the NASDAQ futures and the S&P. You can see that move corresponds exactly to the move in NVIDIA. So that's a stock to watch as a leading indicator. Okay. All right. Again, subscribe to the newsletter, put some commentary in there. And, until this thing breaks out, there's other markets to look at. I would focus on copper, nat gas, the grains, the metals, and probably avoid trading the S&P and the NASDAQ unless we get some price movement out of these levels. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your week. And we got core PCE on Friday and jobless claims on Thursday. That could move the markets. Maybe that's what we need to get out of this mess here, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Take care.